Hare Krishna. So I hope those are online, they are able to hear me. Varshik Pro, you can confirm. So let's start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you for this today Srimad Bhagavatam class. Sorry, Srimad Bhagavad Gita class. And we have started our second chapter last time. And in that we saw 11 shlokas. In that we had seen 11 shlokas. So let us see what we saw in those 11 shlokas. In short, in 5 minutes we will see and then we will go ahead. कि हमने वो 11 श्लोक में क्या पढ़ा वो देख के फिर हम आगे जाएंगे. So in a first chapter Arjun was telling Krishna why I will not fight. In first chapter Arjun was telling Krishna that why I will not fight, and he gave 4 reasons in first chapter. What were the 4 reasons? Not fight with my own. First, compassion on the bodily platform. He was compassionate to the relatives on the bodily platform. That was the second. Then the second one, what was the reason? Second reason, anybody know?
He said that even if I win, who shall I express my happiness to?
If I kill my kinsmen, if I kill my own relatives, with whom I shall enjoy the happiness. Okay, third reason.
Sinful reaction.
I'll get sinful reactions if I kill my own people. And then fourth reason.
Unnecessary.
How much family traditions will be destroyed, and there will be Varna Sankara. And then in the fifth reason he gave in second chapter. In the second chapter beginning he gave fifth reason. What was that fifth reason? What was the fifth reason? Second chapter beginning he told. I should give this and beg. And he told one more thing. What was the fifth reason? I should not fight. Indecision. Indecision was the fifth reason, that he is not able to decide what is good for me and what is not good for me. Should I be killed by these people or I should kill them? So indecision. And in that, these were the first seventh shloka, first 7 shlokas it happened. And then in the 7th shloka, finally, Krishna was accepted by Arjuna as a teacher. Arjuna accepted Krishna as his teacher. And he said, now enough is this friendly talks. Now you send me, what should I do? And that time Krishna chastised him that from where these impurities have come upon you. You are the son of Kunti and the son of Pandu. How come these impurities came upon you? Like that he told in the 8th, 9th shloka. And then from 11th shloka he started telling him the science of soul. And that is how in the last chapter we saw the proofs, or in the last session we saw the proofs of the existence of the soul, and we went ahead accordingly. Okay, Varshipro, can you make me co-host? So let us start our discussion with this shloka. So last time we saw 11 shlokas, no? Anybody remembers? 11th are done. Today is 12th. 11th are done, 12th today. So I will be sharing the screen. नत्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपा न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम् न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपा न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्. Someone can read the translation. Let me share the screen. Someone can read the translation.
Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
So what is told? Never there was a time when I did not exist, nor was the time when you were not existing, and nor was the time when none of them were existing. So he is telling here, now Krishna is telling to Arjuna the nature of the soul. Krishna is telling Arjuna what? Nature of the soul. That means we were always existing. We were always existing. You were also existing. I was also existing before. Now also we are existing, and in future also we will exist. Because what happened? Arjuna is telling Krishna that I should not fight. What Arjuna is saying to Krishna? That I should not fight. But Krishna is telling that why are you worrying? Because even if you fight and even if they are killed, they will exist because they are soul, they are not this body. Even the body is killed, but soul will be there, and soul will be existing for sure, for always. And also, when somebody gets liberation, will be existing even after going to spiritual world also. That is what is coming here. See here, Krishna is explaining. Prabhupada is writing in a purport from Katha Upanishad. This is one of the nature of the soul and the super soul. Nityo nityanam Chetanas chetananam Eko bahunam Yo vidadati kaman Tam atmastham ye Anupashyanti dhiras Tesham shanti sarvati Swati Tesham shanti shashvati Netaresham. So what is told here? Nitya Nityanam. That means there is one Nitya, but there are many Nityas. Nitya means what? Plural. So there is a differentiation is given between soul and super soul. Super soul is one, Nitya. And there are many Nityas, many souls. So super soul is one and souls are many. Chetanas, Chetananam. There is one cognizant or one Chetan, but there are many souls who are having Chetanas also. Eko Bahunam. That is one, the super soul is one and souls are many. So this is the differentiation between the soul and super soul. What happens? Srila Prabhupada is very much when he's writing purports, because many times people they go into Mayavad. Mayavad means what? We and Lord is one. So as soon as Prabhupada will get any doubt that people may misunderstand this shloka, telling that, see, he told na, never there was a time we were not existing, you were not existing, these kings were not also existing. That means what? We all are one. Somebody may conclude from that we all are one. So we all are not one. We are separate and Lord is separate. And to tell that, Prabhupada will bring different shlokas from different places and tell that no, we and Lord are not one. Even though we are one in quality, but different in quantity. We are one in quality. What are we? We are one in quality, but different in quantity. So that is the he will tell. So the same Vedic truth given to Arjuna is given to all of us now, so that we can be learned. Somebody can read this yellow portion. Ready?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Individual Person, and Arjuna, the Lord's eternal associate, and all the kings assembled there are individual eternal persons.
The Supreme Person of Godhead is the Supreme Individual Person. And Arjuna, the Lord's eternal associate, and all the kings are individual. So eternally they are individual. There is never one with the Lord. Because many times people have this conception that after liberation I will merge into the Supreme. So that is not the case. After liberation, we don't merge into the Supreme. We remain individual. Their individuality exists in past, now, and in future also will remain individual only. So it is not that after going to God, we merge into God. No. We remain separate and we are servant of God. See here again, Prabhupada, as soon as Prabhupada will get any doubt, he'll immediately bring Mayavadi. The Mayavadi theory that after liberation, the individual soul, which is separated by the covering of Maya illusion, will merge into the impersonal Brahman and loses its individuality, is not supported herein by Lord Krishna. That means when we go back to the Lord, we don't merge into the Lord. We remain separate. Nor is the theory that we think of individuality in conditioned state supported in. Not that now also it is not supported that we are one with the Lord. No. Krishna clearly states herein that in future also that individuality will be there. When in the previous times, when in Prabhupada's time, when devotees used to listen, when in the individual time, when now am I audible? Online devotees? Hare Krishna. I hope now I am audible.
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Yes, you are audible.
Okay, good. So when Prabhupada used to ask that this Mayavadi, when Prabhupada used to say Mayavadi, people used to think that Mayavadi is some person in India. When Prabhupada used to talk, these Mayavadi philosophers, they say like this, they say like that. So then what people used to think, that there is something, somebody called as Mayavadi, his name is Mayavadi, and he is there in India, and Prabhupada is defeating his philosophy. But Mayavadi is not some person or something, but Mayavadi is a conception. Mayavadi is what? It is a conception. And what is Mayavad conception? That after liberation we become one with the Lord. But that Mayavad conception is not supported herein. That individuality remains like that only. And in Upanishad also it will continue. The statement of Krishna is authoritative because Krishna cannot be subjected to illusion. When Krishna is saying something, we should accept it. When we say something, our knowledge is tinted by four defects. Our knowledge, what knowledge we acquire by the senses, it is tinted by the four defects. What four defects we have? First and foremost thing, our senses are imperfect. Our senses are imperfect. See, our eyes, it can see from 400 millimicron to 700 millimicron, not beyond that, our eyes. Our ears can hear from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, not beyond that. Now somebody may say, no sir, we can invent some instruments and we can extend our abilities. Yes, we can extend our abilities for sure. Like with the microscope, we can see more small objects, and with the telescope, we can see more far away objects. But ultimately, we are going to take knowledge inside through our senses only. Ultimately, we are going to take the knowledge through our senses only. And when we are taking knowledge through our senses, there has to be some imperfection. There has to be some imperfections. Hmm? But Krishna is not like that. The first thing is our senses are imperfect. Second thing, because of that, what happens? We tend to commit mistake. We tend to get illusion. Illusion means what? Accepting something which is not there, accepting it as a real, and something which is not real, accepting as a false. That is called as illusion, bewilderment. And because of that, what happens? Because of that, we commit mistake. And after committing mistake, what we do? We cover it up. We cheat. Say, take an example. One fine day, Prabhuji and Mataji, they are out, and Advik and Rohita, they are at home. Advik is trying to take out some glass jar in which some toffees or something is there, and the glass jar falls down. Suppose Advik, glass jar fell down. What will you do? Before mother comes, what will you do? Rohita, what will you do? Clean it up, throw it, and sit very calmly and do your studies as if nothing happened. Yes? So that is what it happens. When we commit mistake, we try to cover it up. So these are the 4 defects what we have. What 4 defects we have? Imperfect senses. Then because of that, get illusion. Because of that, commit mistake. And after committing mistake, cover it up. Like illusion means what? A very simple example I will give. When we take something sweet, and after that if we eat something spicy, so that spicy will appear more spicy. Yes or no? This is everybody's experience. When we take something sweet and again we take something sour, that sour appears more sour. This is how our senses are imperfect. Now this I told about taste. Similarly with the eyes also. I can show you one PPT by which you will understand it more better, because many times we have very perfect faith on our senses. We have too much faith on our senses. Show me God, then I will believe it. Show me God, then I will believe it. Like that many times we say, but that is not the way. See here. What are you able to see here in this photo? From which angle this photo is taken? From front angle or side angle? It is illusion, no? Yes. And because of that we commit mistakes. See now, more illusion I will show you. When we taste gulab jamuns, for your information, today we have gulab jamuns, and after that if somebody tastes orange, then orange will taste sweet. No, sorry, sour, more sour, like this. Now what are you able to see here? Advik, what is there? Who is standing there? Boy. From which angle you are seeing boy? Because you are boy. Okay, which woman is there? Old woman or young woman? Young woman. Okay. Can here if I tell, it will depend upon your perception. Whoever you are, accordingly you will see it. Young people may see young, old people may see old. Old people are seeing young. If I go here and my cursor, okay. See, if you see like this, these are the hairs. This is the nose of an old woman. These are the lips, and this is chin. Now you got old woman. This is nose. These are eyes of the old woman. These are lips, and this is chin. Saw the old woman? No? Yes. Okay, boy is there. Who is the boy? See here nose. Huh? Here chin. This is necklace and this is t-shirt. Okay, this is young boy. And old woman is also there. This is nose. This is eye. Big nose is there. These are lips and this is chin. Okay, no problem. I'll show next. What are you seeing here? Triangle, huh? Really? But if I say that these Pokemons are just arranged in such a way that it appears to be triangle, there is no triangle. These just three Pokemons are arranged in such a way that it appears to be triangle. Okay, here what are you able to see? Huh. Okay, two musicians are there, means one musician and one lady is coming out from there. And also two old people are also there. Huh? Getting in same picture we are able to see two. That is the meaning of tendency to get illusion. That is what we want to prove. Are these cylinders stationary or moving? Huh? They are stationary. But when you rotate like this, it appears to be little bit moving. But they are stationary.
Concentrate one particular thing, it is
Ah.
stationary. Otherwise, the rest are moving.
Why this happening? Now this circle, these are moving or stationary? These are stationary. Now you look in the middle and go front back. You see in the middle and go front back. Now they are moving. Now see, just small objects, they are arranged in such a way and we are not able to differ whether they are moving or stationary. So far away objects which we are seeing by our telescope and everything, or stars and everything, and we are deriving theories from that. How can we have the full faith in that? Isn't it? Such a nearby things, we are not able to certainly tell whether it is moving or stationary. So what about the stars and everything? That is how our all senses have the tendency to get illusioned. And because of that we commit mistakes. And there are mistakes in science, big mistakes are there. Like initially brain was considered as the some organ to cool the blood. They are saying that brain as a radiator of the car. But brain is not a radiator of the body. Brain is much more than that. It is a decision making device in our system. The pituitary glands were considered as very waste glands, wastage they used to call. But pituitary glands are the glands from where the secretion of adrenaline and everything happens, by which we feel emotions. But they used to think that it is a waste glands. There is something called as Hubble constant, which we use for measuring the distances between two stars or two planets. But that Hubble constant has itself changed 3 times. So is it a Hubble constant or Hubble variable? That is has to be changed. But Krishna is not succumb to such what to say illusion. His senses are perfect and is not succumb to illusion. That is why the knowledge given by the Lord is perfect. That is why when he is saying something that I was existing, you were existing, these kings were also existing, they are existing now and existing in future. So that is perfect knowledge. That is not imperfect knowledge what is given by the Lord. But these Mayavadis, they say that no, we merge into the Lord. No, we never merge into the Lord. That individuality always remains. This I told you already, that unless and until we accept the knowledge from the Lord and apply in our life, we will not be able to enter the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita properly. Our knowledge will be like a honeybee trying to lick the honey from the outside the bottle. Suppose honey bottle is there in front of you. Honey bottle is there in front of you. And if you see honey very nicely, yellow color, this much viscosity, this much density and everything, that we can measure. But can we know the taste of honey just by viscosity and density and everything? No. When we taste it, then we'll be able to understand it. So similarly, when we apply this knowledge in our life, then we'll be able to relish this knowledge and everything. Now we'll go to next shloka. Now the question may be, Roji, okay, you are telling us knowledge of soul and everything. What is the practical application? So here in this next three shlokas, practical application of this knowledge of soul will come. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatra namuyati. Someone can read the translation. Online someone can try to read. Anybody online can read? Here locally you can read. But
As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not.
sorry.
A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
So here now the title of this particular shloka is reincarnation, internal and external. This shloka explains reincarnation, internal as well as external. What do you mean by that? See, as the embodied soul continuously process in this body, all of us, we were this much when we are born, and now we are grown to different heights. According to your own ages, we are different in our bodily constitution and everything. So the way the soul passes in this life from small body to bigger body, and at the end of the life, similarly, it gives up this body and goes to another body. One who knows this perfectly well, he is a sober person and he is not bewildered by such a change. He is not bewildered by such a change. The way the soul, when it passes from, when we grow, do we cry? Arey main bad gaya. Sometimes we may cry also. That in Marathi we say, Lahanpan dega deva. Means everybody wants childhood to come back, isn't it? The way all of them are enjoying children's. We also feel, what nice days they were when there were no jobs, no responsibilities, nothing. Now so many bills. The way our age increase, we have different anxieties. We have different anxieties the way our age increases. In the small boy, he will spill everything. Small boy, he will spill everything. When we become young, we have many bills. When we become little old, we have pills. And when we become too old, then we have wills. When we become too old, what we have? Wills. Little younger, ill. Before that, bills. Before that, thrills. Young age thrills are also there. And when somebody very small, he will spill. So like that, different age, there are different things happen in our life. But we are not bewildered by that change. Similarly, when one soul passes from one body to another body, one need not to worry. That is what Krishna said to Arjuna. That if you are really intelligent, then understand that when soul passes from one body to another body, there is nothing to worry. One is not bewildered by such a change. So there is something called as internal reincarnation and external reincarnation. Internal reincarnation means what? Soul going from, in this life only, soul is passing from smaller body, younger body to older body. Soul going from younger body to older body is internal reincarnation. Means we have got new body. When I was like him, my body is small. When I am like this, I am different. So this is called as internal reincarnation. And similarly, external reincarnation means what? When this body is no more useful, then we give up this body and accept the altogether new body. That is called as external reincarnation. Yes? Mic.
Is this sloka related to like Jagannath ji's?
No.
Not this one.
No. Not that. So, okay. Here someone can read the blue one.
This individual soul finally changes the body at death and transmigrates to another body. And since it is sure to have another body in the next birth, either material or spiritual, there was no cause for lamentation by Arjuna on account of death, neither for Bhishma nor for Drona, for whom he was so much concerned.
So here Krishna saying to Arjuna, see, anyway, they are not his body but spirit soul. And when they die, they'll be accepting new body. And Bhishma and Drona, they are good souls. They are pious souls. So naturally, they will accept either spiritual body, they will go either back to Godhead, or at the max, they will, or at least they will go to heavens. So why are you worrying? Like that he told. Why are you worrying? Now that does not mean that we can kill others. One may say, okay, thank you very much for telling us this. That when I'm killing somebody, I'm not killing that person. I'm just killing the body of that person. So I can kill and eat. No, in the next shloka it will get clarified. It is not like that. But then one question may come yet again, that Prabhuji, that does that mean that when our near and dears die, we don't feel pain? Is it like that when my mother, father leaves body, or my grandmother, grandmother leaves body, I should not cry? I should say, no, they are just going from one body to another body. Why are you crying? Do we do like that? Or what is the disposition of a devotee? That is coming in the next shloka. Matra sparshastu kaunteya
Matra sasako kaunteya
itoshna sukha dukkhada
sitoshna sukha dukkhada
agama apayino nityas
agama payino nitya
tam titikshasva bharata.
samstitika swaha bharata.
So till the time we are there in this body, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. They arise from the sense perception, O Sayana Bharat, and one must learn to tolerate them being without being disturbed. So what is telling that this, when we see some near and dear one die, leave their body, naturally we will be sad. Or naturally there will be some happiness when we get something. So naturally in this world some happiness and some distress will be there. But that happiness and distress is temporary. Understand the nature of this world is temporary. It is like winter and summer seasons are temporary. Similarly, the situations in this world are what? Temporary. The last time also we were discussing, I was answering your question, that many of the times we face many troubles in our life, many problems in our life. Boss may be scolding, some family members are not going well. Suppose your son's or daughter's marriage is there and you forgot to respect one relative, उनको पगड़ी नहीं दिया, and he will do all tandav in that marriage and everything. Okay, tolerate it, no problem. What he may say some words here, there, everywhere, and say इनको समझता नहीं, अकल नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, वैसा नहीं, no problem. Understand that this is temporary situation. This is what? Temporary situation. This shall also pass away. Once it so happened, one king was there and he was defeated in one of the battles. So he was very much morose and he went to his spiritual master and he told that I am very much morose, please tell me something. And Guru told that, see, now you are morose and when you will win you will be very happy. So I will give you one first class solution. He gave one ring to him and on that ring it was written, this shall also pass away. What was written? This shall also pass away. So understand that the whatever appearance of happiness and distress is there, it is not permanent. It is temporary. And this shall also pass away. So when happiness and distress is there, in the distress we should not become too much morose, and happiness we should not become too much happy. It is called as equilibrium. In the second chapter, in this chapter at the end, from 56 shloka to 72 shloka, it will come the symptoms of sthita prajna. Sthita prajna means one who is in equilibrium, and how does he behaves, how does he talks and everything, that will come. But understand that whatever happens in our life, we need to learn to tolerate the situation. The way in hot summer, mothers cook in a kitchen, even though it is hot, they tolerate it. And in the winter, the yogis, they still take bath with the cold water. They just, the way they tolerate the situations, similarly, we should learn to tolerate understanding the temporary nature of this world. This world is what? Temporary. Happiness is also temporary and misery is also temporary. So don't take this world too seriously. Don't take the things in this world too seriously. What happens? We take things too seriously, and that is why we are not able to focus on the major problems of our life. We get into too much into solving small problems of our life and not focusing on solving the major problems of our life. What are the major problems of our life? Birth, old age, disease, and death. These are the major problems. And also along with that, we get three varieties of miseries. Misery is given by the surrounding living entities. It is called as Adi Bhautik. Misery is given by the natural calamities, which is called as Adi Daivik. And misery is given by our own body and senses. It is called as Adhyatmik. So we have these three kinds of miseries and four problems: birth, old age, disease, death. So we should be solving these four major problems, not to get into the problems. Okay, water is not there in a building, 24 by 7 water supply has to be there. Why they are cutting water supply in a night? Something like that. Water. Here it will be 24 by 7, but in some societies, in Mumbai, Pune, that problem comes. Then they have to install a water tank in a washroom and this and that. All those things will come. So instead of getting into this small worries of the life, better to focus on the major problems. Because he is killing his grandfather and teacher. So naturally the sadness will be there. So he is telling tolerate it. So he is telling Arjuna, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, yes, it is, I told you that they are not his body but spirit soul, and then when they are dying, they will accept the new body. But for sure you will feel a pain. For sure you will feel pain, and when that pain is coming, tolerate it. Understand it is temporary and tolerate it. It is not that when our near and dear ones die, we don't feel pain. We feel pain but tolerate it. And that tolerance becomes tolerable when we know the knowledge. When we have this knowledge that they are not this body but spirit soul, and they have accepted new body. They have gone somewhere else. They have gone somewhere else and they have accepted new body. I need not to worry for them. I should be worrying what I can do now to myself and others. Once it so happened, and see, understand whatever happens in our life, Lord is teaching us something. Like that day, Mataji is asking question. Generally, when tough times are there, then we tend to take up to Krishna consciousness. So yes, it is reality. Once it happened when I was in my first year of engineering, that time one of our friend, he got suddenly one day he got a headache, and then his parents took him to hospital and everything, and they gave medicine for 2 days, but headache did not stop. Then they did MRI scan and everything. He was admitted in hospital because of some blood clot in a brain, and after 3 days he left the body. Within 5 days, 5 days before he was there with us in a class, and at the end of the 5 days he left the body. And that time I was happened to be there near hospital. I was attending some camp, this Krishna consciousness camp. So I went to the hospital to see him. His parents were not allowing any other friends to come because he became very skinny and everything. So he said that their parents told, you cannot look at your friend. His condition is not so good. You will be fearful. But still, because I was nearby, so I went. So I could practically see 5 days before how he was, and within 5 days he is reduced to half of his like body and everything, very skinny, and left the body. So then after 2 days when I came for Bhagavad Gita class again, my teacher came to know that my friend left body. Then my teacher asked me a question that what did you learn from it? What did you learn from this incident? Because these incidences which happen in our life, they are not coincident. There is some reason behind that. There is some reason behind that. Then I told that I can learn from this that the body is temporary. He said yes, body is temporary. Then what we should do? Then I should do. Then I told that okay, death can come at any time. This is another lesson. That death can come at any time. Okay, very good. Death can come at any time. Then what you should do? I told then I should perform bhakti. And he said only perform bhakti or something else. I said we should perform bhakti little seriously. He said little seriously or more seriously. I said no, more seriously, because death can come at any time. He said okay. Then where can we practice bhakti more seriously? I said bhakti can be practiced more seriously with devotees. He said okay, then why are you staying in hostel? Come and stay in youth center. Hmm. That is how we shifted in youth center, where all the devotees are staying together doing our studies as well as doing bhakti. That is what it happens. Huh. Birth, old age, disease, death. Yes, that is what their problem, no? Okay. Yes. So why we should be worrying about them? Because the birth is there, that is why all problems are there. Because birth is there, that is why all problems are there. If we negate the birth only, then other problems will not be there. So this material world, as soon as we take birth in this material world, problems will be there. So solve the birth, no more birth. No more birth. That should be our goal. No more material body, no more suffering. That is why this world is not all in all, spiritual world exists. This life is not all in all, next life exists. This body is not all in all, soul exists. So when we understand that there is an existence of the soul, and when soul comes to this material world, it will be suffering. So our goal should be not to come to this material world, go to the spiritual world. That will come in a 15th chapter. Now today ATMA-JNANA started Purushottam month. So Purushottam Yoga, and in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will speak about this, about the spiritual world. Natat Bhasya Surya, Natat Shantana Pavaka, like that all the shlokas will come. So our goal, see, this world is not our place. This world is foreign place for us. It is like a fish out of water. मछली जल की रानी है, जीवन उसका पानी है, हाथ लगाओ तो डर जाएगी, बाहर निकलो तो मर जाएगी. So the way fish is naturally happy in the water, similarly soul is naturally happy in the spiritual world. So actually the soul's natural position is in spiritual world, not in material world. But why we have come here? Because of we wanted to be independent from the Lord. We wanted to be independent from the Lord, and we wanted to independently enjoy. That is the Lord told, okay, in the spiritual world you cannot be like this. Go to the material world, and there you can try to be happy. It is so. I will tell by one example. Say Advik is there again, because he is in front of me. That is why I am taking his example. Sorry, Advika. One fine day, Ramesh Prabhu and Mataji and all of them, they decided to go to some temple, which is around 20-30 kilometers away. Advik said, Papa, I'll come by my own car. Let me drive your whatever car is there, let me drive your car. Will Ramesh Prabhu allow him to drive? No. Will you allow him to drive, bro? No, no. But he asked, no? But he said, no, I want to drive. Then what will you do? If he is adamant to drive the car, what will you do? He will not steal you, but you want to satisfy him little bit. So what a general father will do? Give him a toy car. Give him toy car and play with it. Chalo, you come in your toy car, we will go in our bigger car. And he is very happy. I got my car. I got my car. So for some time he will do that pedaling car. For some distance, 100-200 meters, he will go very nicely, and he will say, Papa, now I am tired, take me inside you. So then what Papa will do? Papa will take his toy car also inside, take him also inside, and go ahead. That is how when we try to independently enjoy from the Lord, Lord tells, okay, you cannot drive the spiritual world, you go to material world. It is like a toy car. You try to enjoy on your own using this toy car. And when we get frustrated with this toy car, then we say, Lord, take me back to you. This is not the place for me. Understood this example? So Lord is like a kind father. We are happy with our father. But then we wanted our own independent. We wanted to enjoy on our own. Enjoyment is not wrong. Enjoy with Krishna is right. Enjoyment is not wrong. What is wrong is independent enjoyment is wrong. Like take an example. Suppose some orchestra is there. Nice orchestra is there. And in that orchestra, 100 violinists are there. 100 violin players are there. If one violin player is going little off track, whole orchestra will spoil. whole orchestra will spoil. Then what that master will do? Ask that one orchestra violin player, you come aside, you play on your own. Let this 99 play with together. Similarly, in a spiritual world, we are like all those violin players, and Krishna is like that master, who is we are happy with him. But if somebody want to be little independent and wanted his own enjoyment, he will tell, okay, you go to material world, play your own violin. Play your own violin and अब खुद का भोपू बचा और बजाओ और खुश रहो, like that. But that is why then when we align with the Lord, then we are happy. In the material world also we align with the Lord, and when we go to the spiritual world, we perfectly align with the Lord. So what we are supposed to do, what Bhagavad Gita teaches is alignment with the Lord. What is bhakti? Bhakti is all about alignment, aligning ourselves back. That is what is bhakti. Align ourselves back with the desire of the Lord. That is what is bhakti, and that is what is told. Is that answers your question? So death is as sure as death. One who has come to birth, he will die for sure. So no more death, no more birth. That is what should be our goal. So when we go to spiritual world, no more death, and no more birth, no more old age, no more disease. That is the meaning of when we align ourselves with the Lord, we get rid of these things. No more birth again. And this death will be the last death. Now it may so happen that we may not be able to perfect our consciousness within one lifetime, but then whatever bhakti we do, it gets carried away to next life, and then we continue from there ahead. So in this particular shloka, in 14th shloka, Krishna is addressing Arjuna as Kaunteya and Bharata. Why is addressing him as Kaunteya and Bharata? Because from Kaunteya, he is addressing as a son of Kunti, and as a Bharata, he is addressing as a from father side. So he is telling that from your father and mother side, you are having great heritage. And you have great responsibility. So with the great heritage comes great responsibility. To whom more is given, more is expected. To whom more is given, more is expected. So Arjuna, you are such a sensible person for whom these tiny puny calamities, tensions are not expected. You should be acting responsibly. To whom more is given, more is expected. And then when we tolerate, what is the result? That is coming in the 15th shloka. So in the 12th shloka, Lord told that it is just a reincarnation, going from one body to another body. But when they go from one body to another body, we still feel pain. So we tolerate it. And when you tolerate, what is the effect? That is coming in the 15th shloka. Yam hina vyathayanti ete purusham purusha rishabha sama dukkha sukham dhiram so mrityatvaya kalpate. Read the translation. So one who is steady, one who tolerates, he is eligible for liberation. He is eligible for going to the spiritual world. So what is the result of tolerance? The result of tolerance is going to spiritual world. Why it is like that, so directly given? Because one who is able to tolerate happiness and distress, he can perform bhakti properly. He can perform bhakti properly. If somebody is too emotional, and too much getting carried away by the material things, then he cannot focus on his duties. Can he focus on his duties? No, he cannot focus on material duties also. He cannot focus on his job. He cannot focus on his studies. Neither he can focus on chanting. If somebody is too much getting carried away by the things of this material world, then what will happen? As soon as he starts studying, suppose some friend says something to somebody, and as soon as he or she starts studying, immediately that thought will come. This Neha, she said me like this yesterday. Now I will say something and get proper revenge. Tit for tat. Yes, sometimes it happens. Or in company also. This fellow, he spoke before me in a meeting, and he took all the credits. Now next time I will make sure that I will not share anything with him. So with that, how can we chant? While chanting, those thoughts will keep coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. this today's sabji is spoiled, Hare Krishna, something like that. Means all those thoughts will keep coming. If suppose, okay, done, भूल जाओ उसको and आगे जाओ, go on. Sometimes they say na fast track, move on. Hmm? So they may say move on, but we can move on. Here, read this purport. Hmm. So we are not just tolerating the distress and happiness, but we should be determined to practice bhakti also. It is not just tolerating distress and happiness, by that we go to spiritual world, but tolerate distress and happiness and at the same time be determined to advance in a spiritual life. Hmm?
Without bhakti, is that possible to tolerate?
No, unless and until, see, we have some reason to tolerate, we cannot tolerate. We should have some reason to tolerate. Unless and until we have some reason to tolerate, we cannot practice bhakti. Sorry, we cannot tolerate it. So, what is the reason for us to tolerate? That it is temporary, and if I tolerate it, it is going to satisfy the Lord. It is going to make Lord happy, and I'll be determined to practice bhakti. Hmm? Unless and until we have something higher to hang on to, we cannot give up lower things. Say, take an example, some beggar is there, and that beggar is having dry chapati in his hand, and I tell that beggar, give that dry chapati. Why are you eating that dry chapati? Or he will say, this is the only thing which I have to eat. But if I tell that beggar that take this gulab jamun and now give up that dry chapati, then that person will give it away. So unless and until we have something higher to strive for, we cannot give up the lower things. Hmm? Unless and until we have something higher to strive for, then we cannot give up the lower things. So what is there for us higher to strive for? We are not here to please the people of this world. We are here to please the Supreme Lord. So we please Lord by our duties. We please Lord by our karma. We offer the fruits of our karma to Him. Practically, we render some devotional service, practical service. Like now here, many of you are joining. We are very happy. And there are some students which are older students, they are practically helping in giving this knowledge to others. And Krishna tells that whoever helps to give this knowledge to others is very dear to me. Hmm? So that is practically they are doing something. Somebody is cooking, somebody is organizing, somebody is arranging, somebody is coming in front and putting these mats and everything. They are pushing furniture here, there, and making place empty. So this is called as practical devotional service, and this is what makes Lord happy. Hmm? See, Paramatma will never interfere in our life. Paramatma is a neutral observer. Paramatma is what? Paramatma is a neutral observer. But devotees, they go one step ahead. Devotees, they go one step ahead. They pick a person, they make it 180-degree opposite and to go towards Paramatma now. That is why devotees are very dear to Krishna. Why devotees are very dear to Krishna? Paramatma or Krishna never interferes into free will. Sometimes people ask question, na, why did Krishna not made Duryodhan stop Mahabharata? Because Krishna don't interfere. He gives free will. You act according to your free will and then I will award you. But then devotees go one step ahead. They go and tell, stop it. Stop this nonsense and come near to Krishna.
When Krishna will interfere in technique,
Krishna does not interfere.
he is helping Arjuna.
He is helping Arjuna. He will give guidance. And at the end of Bhagavad Gita, he say, Yatha ichasi tata kuru. Yatha ichasi tata kuru means what? Now I gave you knowledge. Now you do whatever you want to do. Even after speaking whole Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is so detached that he is telling Arjuna, you do now whatever you want to do. So Krishna don't interfere. He will give knowledge. But he will not force you to do something. He will never force you to do something. If he forces us to do something, then it is not a love. Then we are robots, na? Then we are robots. We should be loving Lord on our own.
Krishna is like a father.
Just a minute. So you were asking me question that how we will be able to do this here for higher cause. Prabhupada is only explaining that why do we tolerate and why do we give up the things and everything for a higher cause and to steadily discharged in higher duties, and this way the liberation is possible. So when can we tolerate for the higher cause? Yes, Ramesh bro, ask question. Mike.
Like a loving father for all of us.
Hmm.
Then we love our kids. We also force them to do because we know that it's not.
Hmm.
Why doesn't Krishna try to force?
So we force a person to whom we love, and he also accepts our force. Yes. When does we show interest? Do we force somebody else's child? Huh? No, no. Unless and until we are purchased, unless and until we are purchased in the sense, unless and until people are ready to listen from us, till that time we don't interfere. Similarly, when Krishna takes our charge, when we give 100% to him, when we give ourselves 100% to him, then Krishna takes our charge. Got it? So when does Krishna guides us fully? 7th shloka you saw, na? Karpanya dosha bhata swabha. That shloka, put it for charging. That got discharged. So unless and until we give ourselves to Arjuna completely, hmm, till that time, to Krishna completely surrendering, till that time Krishna will not guide us also. He will guide, and then we accept. Okay, go ahead. And then if you don't follow, he will give some misery also, some punishment also. It is like that father bringing us on the track. Like if we try to go off track, इधर से slap देंगे, इधर से slap देंगे. Like that he will bringing us. Now here, whoever is sitting here, all of you see, something might have happened in your life which impelled you. अरे शायद भगवद गीता पढ़ लेना चाहिए. कुछ तो जाके देखते हैं क्या है. Something might have happened, something here there might have gone, and then you got an opportunity. Some opportunity cling, somewhere you saw some message or some of your friend told, okay, some classes going on, Bhagavad Gita, come. So this is how Krishna gives opportunity to come back to him. So this is his love only. This is how he brings us back. Now we started coming here around 3 years back, 3.5 years back, like this. How we came, that was also very amazing. It is not like we never planned and everything, but it is like some of the, like Priti Mataji and other, they approached, Rath Yatra is there, please can you do come for Kirtan? We said okay, we do Kirtan, but we don't just come for one program, we do follow program also. So if you are ready for follow program, then we will come for the Rath Yatra Kirtan. They said okay, we will propagate Bhagavad Gita and everything, and that is how we started 3 years back. And then some students joined and everything, and then more families went on increasing. Then in the first Bhagavad Gita batch, around 20, 25, 30 families were there. And now 10 families are continuing. And now more families joined. So it is like when we go ahead in Krishna consciousness, many people will come, and then when it becomes little more, when Krishna will demand little more surrender and everything, everybody may not be able to continue. And then it goes ahead like that. Okay. नासतो विद्यते भावो न भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टो अन्तस् त्व अनयोष तत्त्वदर्शिभिः. Translation.
Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non existent, the material body, there is no endurance; of the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both.
So now Krishna is more emphasizing. A good teacher is one who will not just tell once a point and leave it there. Now Krishna is giving more reason. What is telling? That those who are actual seers, those who are actually seen the truth, they have concluded the nature of the body and nature of the soul like this. What is the nature of soul and nature of body? Body cannot endure. Body cannot endure means body is not permanent. It keeps changing. Endurance means what? Permanent or for long time. But body cannot endure. Cannot endure means body cannot last long. But soul does not change. Soul endures for eternity. That means what? Body is temporary and soul is permanent. body is dead and soul is conscious. So the living entity is, sorry, the living entity minus soul is equal to dead. Living entity minus soul is dead. So there is no change, there is no endurance of changing body. Body is always changing. And for soul, there is no change. That is the difference between body and soul. That is a difference between matter and spirit. Unless and until we understand this difference, we cannot act properly. Unless and until we know this difference, we cannot act properly. So Lord is removing this ignorance. Lord is removing this knowledge he is giving to Krishna and removing this ignorance. What is the difference between body and the soul? That body cannot endure, but soul endures. Soul is permanent. So don't worry about the soul. The removal of ignorance involves re-establishment of eternal relationship between worshipper and worshipable. So again, when we understand this body is impermanent and soul is permanent, in that way, soul is always related to Lord as a servant. Who are we? As a servant of Krishna, and that in that way we worship the Lord. We are always part and parcel of the Lord. Read one can from there, somebody can read.
One can understand the nature, be by what be Vedanta, the as well as the stream of Bhagavad who has been accepted as the origin of all humanities. So such humanities are experienced by superior and inferior natural systems. The living entity belongs to humanity as it
Revealed, top line.
as it will be revealed in the seventh chapter. Although there is no difference between energy and energetic, energetic is separate from field and energy nature. Entities therefore clear knowledge and the Lord teaches.
So why Lord is teaching Bhagavad Gita? To remove the ignorance. What is the ignorance? Ignorance about the difference between who are we and who is the Supreme Lord. Also, there is three things. Last time also we told that what is real knowledge? Real knowledge means what is matter, what is spirit, and who is the controller of both. What is matter, what is spirit, and who is the controller of both. Then when we understand this knowledge properly and their characteristics, their qualities and everything, then the avidya is removed. When that avidya is removed, then we accept the knowledge as it is. We take the knowledge and also we take the things in their real sense. We take the things in their real sense. Like now today we understood one knowledge that this world is temporary and the things happening in this world are temporary. Then with this knowledge, one ignorance is removed. What ignorance is removed? That I should not worry too much about the things of this world. When we understand the nature of the things of this world, then our perspective changes. When we understand the things of this world properly, the way it is given in the scriptures, then our perspective to see towards them will change for sure. Like nowadays, what we are thinking, the objects of this world will make me happy. But when we understand the nature of the objects of this world is temporary, they are not permanent, then we will not try to find eternal happiness from these objects. We'll understand that this object will give me happiness and misery. So we will approach it with that understanding, with that less expectations and everything. And when we have proper design expectations, then we will not what you say, have undue expectation and undue, then we will not suffer. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, it will come in the 4th chapter. I told last time also that the objects of this world are impregnated with misery. As soon as we touch, they will deliver the baby of misery. So when we understand this proper knowledge, then we will see the world as it is. And then we will not worry. Avinashi tu tad vidhi yan sarvam idam tatam vinasham avyayasya na kashit kartum arhati. Someone online can read the translation. Harishna, somebody online can read.
That which pervades the entire body you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul.
So now, which pervades the entire body. Now, what is the next characteristic of the soul? Soul pervades entire body and it cannot be destroyed. The way when we sit in a car, our consciousness pervades whole car. When you sit on the bike, your consciousness pervades the bike. Means when you are riding on the road, when you are sitting on the bike, you give that much distance only side. You don't give so much distance. And when you are in car, you drive according to thinking that you are car. Isn't it? I should give similar distance and everything. Similarly, in soul, whatever body he will enter into, it will pervade whole body and accordingly he will act. So the soul will be conscious of the body in which he is. Soul will not be conscious of other body. And what is the size of the soul? You read this yellow.
This soul is described as 1/10,000 part of the upper portion of the hair point in size.
So what is the size of the soul? The size of soul is, if we divide the tip of the hair into 10,000 parts, that one part will be the size of the soul, and it is coming in a Shatashvarata Upanishad. Balagra Shata Bhagasya Shatadha Kalpitasya cha Bhaga Jivasa Vigyeyah Sa Chanantaya Kalpate. So the upper portion you divide into 100 and again divide into further 100. Then that one part is the measurement of the soul. And last time Ramesh Pro was asking question that Broji, how does that consciousness is felt? Read this.
This very small spiritual spark is the basic principle of the material body, and the influence of such a spiritual spark is spread all over the body as the influence of the active principle of some medicine spread throughout the body.
So the way medicine is spread throughout the body, similarly consciousness is spread. How does medicine spreads in the body? Medicine through blood, red corpuscles mainly. This green you can read. Hare Krishna.
Any layman can understand that the material body minus consciousness is a dead body, and this consciousness cannot be revived in the body by any means of material administration. Therefore, consciousness is not due to any amount of material combination, but to the spirit soul.
So, the consciousness in a body is due to existence of the soul, and any amount of what you say adjustment will not bring back this consciousness again, because the measurement of atomic soul is beyond the power of appreciation. That is why many times they say no, soul is not there, but then the soul is pervading throughout the body, from where the heart is getting energy to pump continuously. Everybody understand that the heart is the source of whole energy, but from where that heart is getting energy to pump? The corpuscle which carry the oxygen from lungs gather energy from the soul. When the soul passes away from this position, the activity of blood generating fusion ceases. Medical science accepts the importance of red corpuscle but it cannot ascertain that the source of energy is the soul. Medical science, however, does admit that the heart is the seat of all energy. And according to Shastras also, soul resides in the region of heart only.
Like power supply.
Yes, soul is a power supply.
The switch off, then it's gone.
अंतवंत इमे देह नित्य शोक्ता शरीरिणः अनासीनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद् युध्यस्व भारत. Now again Krishna is inspiring Arjuna, fight, O Arjuna. Read the translation.
The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata.
So he is telling that body is anyway perishable. It may perish now or later. It may perish now or later. So why are you worrying? Fight. The spirit soul is so minute that it cannot be killed. Nobody can see only. So what is the speaking of killing it? And body will anyway die. Either they will die now or later. But that does not mean that killing is authorized. No. Arjuna is being asked by Krishna to kill because of dharma yuddha, not in other way. Yenam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhautau na vijanito nayam hanti na hanyate. Translation.
Neither he who thinks the living entity the slayer, nor he who thinks it is slain is to knowledge. For the self says not, nor is slain.
So one who thinks the living entity is the slayer, he is not actually in knowledge. Sorry, the one who thinks the living entity is slain, he is not in the knowledge. Slain means cut or killed. Living entity is not killed, na? The soul is never killed. What is killed is body. What dies is body, but soul remains. Soul goes from one body to another body. Soul is never born or never died. Soul is always existing. Soul just goes from one body to another body in this world, and when we go to spiritual world, it goes to the spiritual world. It is never killed. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यं शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Read the translation.
For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain.
So here more characteristics are given for the soul. Soul is never born, never died. Soul is always existing. Soul is always existing. And he has not come into being and will not come into being. Means what? That when we are born in this world, it is the body is born. What is born? Body is born. So body undergoes 6 changes. Body will undergo 6 changes. But soul does not go under any change. Soul does not grow or does not become old or does not become diseased. What become diseased or old or born or die? This body. What become diseased is this body, not the soul. Now who feels the pain then? If body is dead and soul is not feeling any pain, then why do we feel pain? Any guess? See, body is dead. Body is what? Dead. So can this table feel the pain? No. And soul is it cannot be cut, it did not become disease, it did not die or something, then that means soul also does not feel pain. But we feel pain. Why? How do we feel pain? Any guess? Why do we feel pain? If Krishna is telling here that we are not his body and soul does not feel pain, then why do we feel pain? Huh? Exactly. When do we feel pain? We feel pain when we get attached to this body. When we identify with body, then we will feel pain. As soon as we don't identify with body, we don't feel pain. Take an example. News comes. One news came that below there is one Mercedes Benz, black color, and some students are playing cricket, and because of their ball, that Mercedes Benz front windshield is broken. And suppose one of you have black Mercedes Benz. Immediately what will happen? My heart is shattered. Isn't it? As soon as we get tension that, array, is it my car or something? But when you go down and see it is not your car, it is somebody else's car. Immediately worry is gone. So when do we feel pain? When we identify with car. When we identified with the car, we feel pain. As soon as we don't identify with the car, there is no pain. Similarly, when we identify ourselves with this body, then we feel pain. As soon as we don't identify with the body, pain is not there. Means suffering may be there. Pain may be there, but suffering is optional. Say somebody may become diseased and everything, but whether to suffer from the disease or no is optional. Getting it? We cannot change the situations in this world. Death, birth, old age, disease, everything will happen. Some relatives may say something, some relatives may do something, but when we don't identify with that, then we don't suffer. When we identify, then suffering starts. Getting it? When we identify, then suffering starts. When we think myself, suppose we go to some marriage or somebody's marriage and they don't respect, then we may feel pain or something. Why we are feeling pain? Because I'm identifying myself, I am their samdhi, I am their brother-in-law, so they should respect me. But when I don't identify myself on the bodily platform that I am somebody's brother-in-law or father-in-law or this and that, then I don't expect respect, isn't it? When we identify ourselves in particular situation, then we feel pain. As soon as we give up that identification, we don't feel pain. We had in our one of the college in Pune, AIT college was there, Army Institute of Technology, and all the headmasters were from Army. Retired colonel will be the headmaster. So one headmaster, retired colonel, was too much. Everybody whoever will pass, everybody should salute him. Otherwise, I told you this story once. Everybody should salute him. That was his bossing nature. So once it so happened that dog was barking in front of him. He became so annoyed. He called his servant, tied that dog and put him into फांसी on the tree. उसको लटका दिया फांसी के ऊपर. And then every college he was telling, just see, this will happen if somebody don't respect me, if somebody barks in front of me, then this will be their situation. So because he was identifying too much, that I am an army officer, I am a colonel and this and that, so he wanted salute from everybody. But as soon as if we give up that identification, then we will not expect respect, and if somebody does not respect us, we will not worry. So when is the problem? When we identify. Getting it? Any doubt here in this identification?
There is no soul, so there is no pain. Because we are attaching it with the materialistic body. So technically, soul is the sole reason for the worries, sparrow.
You understood the question?
One more time. Soul is the sole reason for worries. Because there is no soul. If there is no soul, there is no attachment. If there is no attachment, there is no pain.
So, soul is not the sole source of the worry. The material world is the source of worry.
Without soul, it will not react as
Because soul, this whole material world is the purpose of this material world. Why this material world is created is because of soul's independent enjoying mentality. Why this material world is created by the Lord? Because soul wanted to enjoy separately. That is why this material world is there. Because material world is there, that is why miseries are there. If material body is not there, then there is no more identification and no more miseries. Getting it, na? So unless and until soul accepts his constitutional position, what is his constitutional position? Jivere Swarupbhai Krishnere Nityadas. That is the constitutional position of the soul. And when he acts in that position, then he will not have any misery. Constitutional position means what? Which we cannot change. Like I was giving one day example of bat and a spoon. Advik, where is he? Went somewhere playing. Huh? Suppose he is playing cricket. And if he, instead of bat, if he give him spoon for playing, what will happen? Fingers may get hurt. And for eating, instead of spoon, we use bat. Our teeth will break, isn't it? So can we change the constitutional position of bat and spoon? No. Similarly, we cannot change the position of soul and super soul. Soul is always servant and super soul, the Lord, is always master. But when we want to become master, then we suffer. When we want to change that position, when we want to control over others, when we want to boss over others and everything, then that suffering is there. Otherwise, there is no suffering. Otherwise, there is no suffering. When we want to boss over others, when we want to control others, when we want to take the position of the Lord, when we want to become Lord, then there is a problem. But when as the servant of the Lord, when we serve Lord and all the devotees, then there is no more problem. That is how it is.
We are always like a prison, and we are trained there to fight.
Yes.
at what stage the soul is introduced to the body? Probably we know that when we die, soul leaves the body. But when we get birth, like when the baby is in the womb, at what stage the soul is introduced, and what is the like any criteria for that?
Soul is impregnated by the father in the womb of mother. So through semen, soul is transferred. It is not that at some particular moment consciousness has come or something. Consciousness is there from the beginning of the life, not at the 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, not like that. It is from the conception. It is from the conception time. So even if somebody does not find the soul within the heart, where it is situated, one can still understand the presence of soul simply by the presence of consciousness. There are many more things here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. From our side it is going. Hare Krishna. Not is showing basically. We can ask one of them. So for today I will stop here. Anybody want to ask any question, any clarification, anything? Because today's topic was too much philosophical. So I want to stop here today so that it get digested. Today 1.5 hours is sufficient. Any questions, any practical questions you want to ask from any other thing, any other places also no problem. For Bhagavad Gita, we'll stop here today. Any other thing you want to ask or understand? Yes.
Addition about those four major things. They were what the soul should be, not to have like things. But you also mentioned about the two other things, the old age and the disease.
Yes.
So again, disease will be experienced by the body, the living body.
Yes.
Why should we be worried about that if we are disconnecting? The suffering won't be there. And about the old age. Can you please elaborate?
So why should we worry about disease and old age? So we are not worrying about disease and old age. we are telling that no more disease, no more old age. That should be. So what is the real problem of life? Not that what is the, okay, I did not share. So what is the real problem of life? Not that I don't have job or no problems, no money, I'm not handsome, failing exam, no girlfriend or something like that. These are not the real problems. What are the real problems? The definition of real problem is this. It should follow these three criteria. It should be common to all. Nobody wants it, nobody can avoid it. Then only that particular thing is called as real problem. What is the real problem? It is common to all, nobody wants it, and nobody can avoid it. So these problems, birth, old age, disease and death, they qualify these three things. No more, nobody wants it, nobody can avoid it, and everybody goes through it. It is common to all. Now why we should worry about old age and disease that you are asking? Because in old age, we cannot do the things which were able to do at in your younghood. We cannot even practice bhakti also properly. We cannot even chant also properly. Even speaking one mantra becomes so difficult. I asked my grandmother to chant. She is unable to chant whole mantra. She says Hare Krishna Ram, Hare Krishna Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Something she will chant. Okay, Lord will understand it, but still, and we cannot do bhakti also properly. See here, we want to remain young forever. Who is he? You know who is he? One of the Mr. Universe. But they also become old. And because nobody want to be old, that is why cosmetic industry is flourishing. Nobody want to be old, that is why cosmetic industry is flourishing. Gyms are also. You know better than me. And this is, we want, this is means what? The definition itself says that you are not in ease. Ease means comfortable. Disease means not comfortable. So disease means we are not comfortable. And again in that situation, okay, your question is, Prabhuji, we are soul and we are not body. So why we should worry about the body? That is what is your question. Because body is called as sadhana. Shariram khalva sadhanam. Body is a sadhana for soul to reach the destination. Body is a sadhana to reach the destination. The way car is a sadhan, car is the instrument for us to go from here to the destination. So do we worry for car or no? Do we put petrol in car or no? Yes, we put petrol. Do we maintain car or no? We maintain it. Yes, but the food for car is different. Food for the driver is different. Food for the driver is sabji chapati dal rice. Food for car is some petrol, diesel, something like that. Similarly, food for the soul is reading, hearing, chanting, taking the names of the Lord, doing bhakti activity is a food for soul. And food for the body is sabji chapati dal rice. So we maintain the body properly so that soul uses the body to perform bhakti activity, to express our devotion to Lord and to go back to Him. So body is a sadhan. What is the sharira? Sharira khalva sadhanas. Sharir is the instrument to express our devotion to the Lord. That is why we take care of body. That is why we take care of the body.
Do we need to really express by chanting the mantra?
Yes. So it is called as Yuga Dharma. In particular Yuga, there is a particular process by which we approach the Lord. There are various processes. There is Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. There are different yoga processes. Yoga means what? Connecting ourselves with the Lord. That is called as yoga. That connection can be done by different processes. either by Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. These are different yoga processes. What yoga process we follow is Bhakti Yoga. In that Bhakti Yoga, there are 9 ways of devotional service. 9 things are expressed. It is called as Navavida Bhakti. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Padasevanam. Like that, there are 9. Shravan means what? Hearing. Hearing about the Supreme Lord. Kirtan means speaking about the Lord or sing about the Lord or chant about the Lord, name or Lord's pastimes. Smarana means remember the Lord. You read the pastimes, you read the story, then remember the Lord. Vandana means offer worship, offer prayers to the Lord. Archana means offer worship to the Lord. Then Padasevanam means worship the lotus feet of the Lord. Sakhyam means become friend of the Lord. Then Atma Nivedana means offer everything to the Lord. Dasya means become servant of the Lord. There are 9 processes like this. So the first 2 processes are Shravan and Kirtan. These are the basis of all other 7 processes. Shravan and Kirtan. So hear about the Lord, and Kirtan means either you speak about the Lord or chant his holy names. That is what is Kirtana process. And when we perfect this, then we can go to next other processes. So what we are doing, all of you here, is bhakti. What bhakti? You are hearing about the Lord. That is one of the bhakti process. When we hear about the Lord, we hear the knowledge given by the Lord, then we see the world in that perspective and we go to him. So when we are chanting the holy names, what does chanting do? See, Lord and his holy name is non-different. No, Lord and his names are non-different. In this world, thing and name is different. When I am thirsty, when I am just saying water, 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 my thirst will not quench. My thirst will not quench. Actually, I need water. But in an absolute sense, of the Lord, Lord and his name is non-different. So when we take the name of the Lord, Lord is present in front of us in his full Aishwarya. In his full form, he is present in front of us. And then Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila. When we chant the holy names, gradually Lord's form is revealed, Lord's pastimes are revealed, Lord, Nama, Rupa, Guna. Lord's qualities are revealed and Lord's Leelas, pastimes are revealed. It is a gradual progression. It is a gradual revelation. So when we chant the names of the Lord, then slowly, slowly we are getting cleared of our anarthas, our unwanted things in our heart, and slowly the form of the Lord is revealed. It is not, we don't force ourselves to do something. But this chanting of the holy names is a process given to reach to the culmination. It is a process. We cannot decide process on our own. The way we in a science, we have litmus test to test something is acid or base. We have endpoint experiment, burette, pipette and everything used to put. So if we are not, what you say, patience, if we don't have patience, then what we used to do, that burette we will open fully. And when that endpoint will come, will not come to know. When that color change will happen, we will miss it. And then we'll copy last year's readings. We will copy last year readings and note it down accordingly. But not like that. So similar, there is something called as process. And that process is given not on our own. Process is given by the acharyas. Processes are given by the saintly people, those who have studied the scriptures, and from there what Lord is saying that we are following. So this particular process is given in Kali Santarana Upanishad. The process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is given in Kali Santarana Upanishad. In that it comes Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodoshaka Namnam Kali Kalmashanashanam Natah Parataropaya Sarvavedeshu Drishyate. Means what is given? That if you want to get over this Kali Yuga, then you have to chant the 16th syllable mantra, and there is no other better upay, there is no other better solution than this. This is the verdict of all the scriptures. So the way we have Ayurveda, in Ayurveda, there is a particular process to take a medicine, and then that medicine will work. Similarly, there is a particular process, there is particular solution given, and it also has to be taken in particular way, then it will work. We cannot go on our own to medical shop and say, this blue medicine is nice, can you give me blue? And green is also nice, give me green. This red is also looking good, give me green also. So we don't do window shopping in a medical store. When we have particular disease, we take particular medicine which is prescribed by the doctor. So doctors are the acharyas who are prescribing the medicine of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and taking particular way. And that is how we take it. That is how we follow it. And we can see that there is an effect. When we are taking this medicine, we are seeing the practical changes coming in oneself and in others as well. Even when Prabhupada went to America and he was preaching this message of Krishna consciousness and everything, so hippies became happies. Hippie means big hairs, drinking, smoking, everything they were doing. But they had a change in their life. They started wearing dhoti kurta, men started wearing dhoti kurta, women started wearing saris and everything, kulis tilak, chanting, dancing in the streets and distributing this and becoming scholars. There was one person whose name was Crazy Peter. Peter, his name was there, but people used to call him Crazy Peter. He was always drunk and everything. So he used to come to the class and he used to go to toilet and he will make toilet very dirty and everybody used to call him crazy and everything. One day he saw that there is no toilet paper in the toilet because Swamiji taught all of them to use water, not toilet paper. In America, Prabhupada taught them to use water for washing, not toilet paper. But he said, Swamiji, in your toilet paper is not there. I brought this 3 rolls of the toilet paper gift to you. And Swamiji said, okay, keep in a washroom. So Swamiji Prabhupada told, see, even though he is crazy, people call him crazy, but still that service attitude is there. Everybody want to serve. And now he started engaging his service attitude in service of Krishna and in service of devotees. Very soon he will become devotee. And to everybody's astonishment, within a period of 1-2 years, he became very wonderful devotee and he became a Sanskrit scholar and he was one of the editor of Prabhupada's books. His name is Krishakrita Prabhu. Recently he left his body, but he was a Sanskrit scholar. From the crazy Peter, he became Sanskrit scholar, American. But he became Sanskrit scholar and editing the books and everything. That is what effect is there. So this is Enechi Aushadhi Maya Nashibara Lagi. So this holy name is called as Aushadha. It is called as medicine. And when we take that medicine, it will have effect. So it is a process and it has to be taken properly. No, ask. That is why I kept time.
Is sadhana and service the only way to get to the Almighty, or can the detachment also be the way, detachment from the materialistic world of disconnecting to the Almighty mentally, which is here?
Yes.
Is that also a way to?
So only detachment will not work. Detachment with proper attachment has to be there. Unless and until we have something higher to attach for, we cannot give detachment. And when we attach ourselves with the Lord, that service naturally comes. Service is a byproduct of attachment to the Lord. Service is a byproduct of attachment to the Lord. Means what? When we accept Lord as our Father, then naturally we accept everybody as our brothers and sisters. And naturally we want to serve them, we want to assist them. That service is what? It is a love means what? Serve. When we say I love somebody, I naturally want to serve him. There is no love without service. Love does not have any meaning unless and until there is a practical service. Say, take an example. A lover says his beloved, I love you, and gives only red rose on a Valentine Day, but does not do any practical service. And sorry, what are you doing for me? Nothing. So love means to serve. Similarly, when we say, Lord, we love you, naturally service is a byproduct of that love. Service is a byproduct of that love. And when we serve, we start loving as well. That love implies service. That brings us more near to the Lord. When we start serving somebody, when we come in touch with him, we naturally start loving that person. And we are not spontaneous devotees now. We become spontaneously, we start loving Lord by doing some regulated sadhana. So sadhana means what? The practice which will lead us to spontaneous love. Sadhana means what? Which will lead us to spontaneously loving the Lord. That is called as sadhana. So sadhana is not different than loving the Lord. Sadhana implies, sadhana means a process which brings us to the culmination of loving the Lord. That is called as sadhana. So sadhana is the process by which we come near to the Lord, go near to the Lord. We purify ourselves, we give up the attachments of this world and everything, and simultaneously develop the attachment for the Lord. So it is hand in hand. It goes in hand in hand.
I think sadhana, so you will get to the state where you will detach yourself. So being one there, sadhana, there is a seven step. We can do that detach so through sadhana only we will get to that stage where our asakti holds.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, online devotees were not able to hear. Please forgive me for some time.
Right.
Since when you were not able to hear? Any online devotees have question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Uh, Prabhuji, my query is regarding 2.15 shlokas regarding tolerance. So, as you said, we need to be tolerant to be in bhakti. So everyone is in tolerate. Everyone is tolerating only, whether it is in positive way or negative way. So what is the exact definition? I mean, because everyone is tolerating only. This is what I understand.
There it came that tolerating does not only mean grudgingly tolerate or something, but we tolerate keeping the goal of bhakti. Means we tolerate and perform our devotional service. So it is not just a tolerance. When we are talking about tolerance, we are not just grudgingly tolerate or okay, somehow going on, but we tolerate to perform bhakti. Got it?
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji.
In the first line only Prabhupada tells that we tolerate to engage ourselves in the bhakti. So not just okay, क्या करे अभी मेरा नसीब ऐसा है, I got such in-laws, or I got such daughter-in-law or something like that. My fate is like this, so I have to tolerate. Not in that way. We tolerate to engage ourselves in the bhakti. So
Okay.
not just a dry tolerance. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. We'll conclude here for today. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. I still have one question.